Hey there. A little while back I featured a movie on here called Destroy All Planets, otherwise known as Gamera vs. Virus. I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed Gamera vs. Virus. Now recently I picked this up. It is a Gamera double feature, and it has Gamera vs. Virus in there. It's also got Gamera vs. Gyaos, or Gyaos, or I don't know how you say it, whatever. Gyaos. So Gamera vs. Gyaos is the third in the Gamera series. This one had an alternate title of, I believe, Attack of the Monsters. It was rebranded for the United States audience and dubbed, and with ridiculous dubbing. There was actually 2 audio tracks on this DVD. I chose English Dub 2, which is the kind of goofier one. In the first audio track, they pronounce Gamera's name as Gamera, and it sounded like they were going to do that for the whole movie, so I'm like, nope, I'm picking the other one. It's Gamera or nothing. This one is going to suffer from a lot of the problems that other Gamera movies have, in that the monster battles are kind of cheap looking, but it's not as bad in this one as it was in Gamera vs. Virus, or at least the enemy monster, Gyaos, which is like a big pteranodon looking vampire bat something or other. Anyway, he looks pretty cool. I think he does anyway. He looks, still goofy, but not as ridiculous as that octopus thing in the other movie. I don't want to tell you the whole story of Gamera vs. Gyaos, but basically the humans, there's like farmlands. They're going to build a highway through the farmlands, but then they discover that while they're building the highway, they unleash a monster. So a new monster appears. Gamera, who is now officially the friend to all children and the defender of Earth, comes to battle Gyaos and gets kind of beat up. Gyaos has this like laser beam attack that it shoots out of its mouth. It looks kind of silly, but it wounds Gamera, and like Gamera just bleeds profusely like he does in every movie, and he bleeds a lot in this movie too. And also Gyaos bleeds a good bit, and monster blood, monster gore, I guess that was one of the selling points of these movies. Anyway, the 2 monsters fight. Gamera is kind of defeated or chased away or has to retreat. He saves the life of a kid in there, and the kid becomes Gamera's biggest fan and helps fight Gyaos and whatever. And yeah, so the humans actually do something in this movie, but it doesn't work. So, of course, by the end of the movie, Gamera has to lick his wounds and then come back and defeat the monster. Good long battle, lots of blood, lots of monster puppet action, or suit action, I suppose. It's all there, all the spectacle is there, the giant fire-breathing turtle. Gamera is back once again to save the day. This one I found was just that much more entertaining than Gamera vs. Virus. It was fun, and the ridiculous dubbing from track number 2, it made it even funnier. Like the speaking voices that these characters are given are just totally ridiculous. It's like cartoon voiceover, like even though they're trying to be all serious about explaining this monster that can breathe lasers. And there's some good effects shots and there's some clever stuff with the laser beam. Like Gyaos cuts a plane in half and you see all the people fall out of the plane or helicopter or whatever it is. There's a scene where Gamera uses like a rolling attack against Gyaos and retreats into his shell and rolls his shell. There's a lot of biting and clawing and flying, and this is only the second of the Showa era Gamera movies that I've seen, being the original series of Gamera movies. Anyway, it's called the Showa era, and these are the original kind of shitty looking effects. Let's not kid ourselves here, but it's fun. It's a goofy movie, and you're meant, like, if you're a kid, you're meant to go, wow, cool, Gamera, he's my hero, and I love him, and he's so neat, and whatever. But as an adult, you're supposed to basically just laugh at this, right? And, oh yeah, I got a laugh out of it. I never saw these when I was a kid, so I don't have that same nostalgia factor that I do for Godzilla movies. But I could see myself have enjoyed them a little more when I was a kid, but it makes me feel like a kid watching this stuff, right? Gamera vs. Gyaos was pretty good. I mean, so it was pretty bad, but thus making it pretty good. I mean, Japanese kaiju cinema has always been pretty weird. I embrace that weirdness, and I can laugh at just how pathetic these movies can be, but imaginative, you know? And I guess it's science fiction. It's not very well thought out science fiction, and there's some details in there that make no sense at all. But it's Gamera. It's fucking Gamera, man. It's a giant fire-breathing flying turtle. Like, you can't take this too seriously. And if you go in with a positive attitude and say, I'm going to look at something really stupid and really goofy and laugh at how dumb it is, this is a movie for you. Once again, I have to judge this by its entertainment value. I gave Gamera vs. Virus a B. I'm going to give Gamera vs. Gyaos a B+. Because I was ready for it this time. I was ready to be entertained by Gamera, and this movie delivered. I mean, I got a giant monster battle that, in different locations. I got lots of monster blood and gore there. You know, cool miniature work in there, and appropriately ridiculous storyline. Gamera vs. Gyaos was a solid entertainment package for me. I laughed through most of this, and just kind of had to roll my eyes at other points, but it's all part of the experience, man. It might be a little overly generous in terms of like so bad it's good kind of movies, but I'm giving it a B+. So until the next monster movie review, have a good one out there, everybody.